You guys know I absolutely love my coffee. I'm going to see how coffee is made in America. And we're going to be taking a look at how to make Cowboy coffee. I've heard American coffee is really, really good. So hopefully in this video, I pick up a few tips on how to make my own coffee. Very excited to get into this. Before we do, appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button. Let's see what we got.
Hey, you looking for that perfect cup of coffee? Don't want to stand in line to get it nor pay $20 a cup? I don't blame you.
$20? Folks,
we are going to show you the tips and the tricks, go in depth, answer your questions.
Hold up. Like, you can get coffees in America for $20? I thought Starbucks was expensive, bro. That's like £5, £6, £7, £8. Yeah, $10, $12.
It's about Cowboy coffee, the smoothest cup around.
Cowboy coffee, okay. Okay, yeehaw. I absolutely love this guy's videos.
Welcome to Kent. My name is Kent Rollins, and we have got something good going today. It is a beautiful day, a great day for what? Cowboy coffee. Yep, you heard me right. Now, a lot of y'all...
Hey, that kettle, do you guys call them kettles as well in America? That kettle looks like it's been through it, man.
Might have found us some years back by our Cowboy coffee video that we had out there, because, man, did it take off. Okay. But let me tell you, we are going more in depth. We're going to answer some of your questions that y'all have sent in to us and asked us in years past. I can remember back when I was a small child, people was making coffee about any way they could. Boiling it in a tin can down there by the creek, boiling it in an old coffee can.
Hey, you know what? I want to know how you guys make your coffee. I'm going to tell you how I make my coffee, and you guys can judge in the comments. I already know you're going to judge because I have instant coffee. So I got the coffee granules in a tub. Right, I boil the kettle, right? Okay, water in the kettle, boil the kettle. I put 3 teaspoons of sugar, maybe 4, depends how sugary I'm feeling. Listen, I know, I love my sugar, dude. I was kidding with the 3, it's mainly like 4. I just didn't want to seem really unhealthy. 4 sugars in the cup. I get a teaspoon of coffee granules, pour it in the cup. I put the boiling water in. And then I make it kind of milky. So I fill up like the cup. Let's say that's the cup right there. I probably fill up the water to like there. And then the milk to the top. Boom. That's my coffee done.
Brandon Penn, why, coffee's been around forever. And there's coffee shops all over the world. I'm talking about them old-timey ones where you could go in there and sit down, and for 25 cents you could get a cup of coffee and talk and visit with your neighbors. Best way to start the day.
25 cents?
But as time went on, things have changed. Yes, they have. There is stuff like ventes, grandes, lattes. I don't know what kind of coffee that stuff is. I ain't got a clue. But coffee is coffee. But when you make it the right way, folks, it is going to be the best cup of coffee in the world. Drinking this Cowboy coffee has health benefits. I'm telling you, it does. Because I've had people come to me and say, oh, Ken, I really would like to drink your coffee, but I have acid reflux. Gives me heartburn, indigestion. This won't. If you cook it the right way, when you take the bitterness out of it, that coffee is smooth. I mean, you can drink it.
Wait, hold up. How is the coffee giving health benefits, bro? What are you putting in it?
No problems with your stomach. You don't have no heartburn, no indigestion. You won't even belch out loud at church no more because you have drank the right kind of coffee.
Okay.
Now, y'all don't forget, everything you need to know will be right down there below. But let's talk about some of these myths and stuff that people have tried to give this Cowboy coffee a bad name. Don't listen to all them other folks that be telling you that this stuff is too stout, it is too dark, it is too burnt, because it ain't none of them things when you make it right.
Okay.
Folks, it's a little chilly out here, so let's
Wait, I love a milky coffee. I'm really curious to see what this Cowboy coffee is.
Go on over here to old Bertha and let's get us some Cowboy coffee started. Well, but folks, you got to get you a coffee pot. But make sure that that coffee pot that you get gets well seasoned. And Shannon will link you a video up there to where you can watch how to season your coffee pot to get the best flavor out of it.
Wait, you season your coffee pot to make coffee? You season your coffee? Okay. I see all the comments coming in right now. You're British, you don't know about seasoning. Yes, okay, listen, right? I got salt and pepper downstairs. Okay, leave me alone, right? But you season your
It's just like cast iron. You got to take care of the inside of that pot. And let me tell you something. You ain't never going to wash it with soap and water. Yep, you heard me right. It's just like cast iron. But now, I have made a lot of coffee.
So it's not clean?
At times, coffee for maybe 3,000 people. I'd have every bean pot in the world going, making coffee, boiling it in there, straining it out of there, running it back and forth. So don't be afraid of making it anything. Because like I say, them old timers and them branding pens, back when they used to make coffee in a metal can, that's what we used to make coffee.
Right.
Hey, it's good as gold. We have got water to the bottom of the spout right here. And it is warm. Because you want to let the water warm before you do anything else. You can see we got the eye out of old Bertha, and she is generating just the right amount of heat, which is 697,000 degrees. Let's talk about the different
I don't think that is 697,000 degrees, bro.
Grinds of coffee. Now, sure, I got a coffee grinder that I used to have on the wagon, and I'd grind them beans every morning and make coffee. It's a coarse ground. Now, to me, that coffee needs to boil longer than a fine ground coffee. So remember that when you're going back and forth as to what coffee you like to use. This is a medium roast here, so that's what we're going to use, but you can use anything you want. Now, for this big pot, it's about 3 handfuls, which makes about what? 1 3/4 to 2 cups. So we're going to go with that right there. The water was warm. We put it in there. Now we got to
wait, I heard this. You guys was telling me about this, that I do it wrong. You shouldn't boil your coffee. You should put it in warm water. But I don't know. I just like that don't make sense in my head because I want my coffee piping hot. Like when you put the milk in, it cools it down, right? So if I just put it in warm water, then it's not going to be piping hot. You know what I'm saying?
Just sit and wait patiently for it to boil.
I don't like my
coffee.
And
I'm talking, it ain't going to go bubble, bubble, perk, perk. It's going to boil. Because when you let that coffee boil, like I said, you're taking away that bitterness, that acid, and everything's going to be good in the world.
Oh.
Now, y'all might not be having one of these great big pots in your kitchen, but we have took care of you because it is
so he's putting it in warm water and then leaving it there and then slowly getting it to the boil.
1/4 cup of grounds to 1 quart of water, and that way you can make it at home for just you or you and 1 or 2 more.
Right.
We are going to wait on old Bertha to get this. That was Bertha.
Lord.
You. Well, while we're waiting on old Bertha to do her job here, we are going to answer some of them questions that me and Shan's been getting for quite a while. And a lot of people say, where you get them big pots?
Okay.
Now, folks, that's one of them finder fees deals. I'm going to charge you for telling you what I'm telling you where you can get them, okay? Now, every once in a while, antique stores, junk shops, sometimes eBay, you can find them on there. But
hey, listen, in today's world, I'm pretty sure you can get one of them on Amazon, right? Amazon has everything.
Careful. If you go to an antique shop and you find one of them old coffee pots like that, grab it up, take it outside, tell them you ain't gonna steal it, pull it up there and look to the sun, make sure you ain't got no pinholes in there because you got to be real careful. A lot of these things have sit and got a little rust in them and they get them pinholes. So when you got them holes in the bottom, if they're just little tiny pinholes, you might think about trying to get them with some solder and fix them. But folks, usually when you're sitting on a hot surface like this, them ain't gonna last.
Right, yeah.
I'm just tell you right now, watch pot never boils. Remember that saying? But I guarantee you can walk off and get busy. Bertha will boil it over if she gets a chance. So I'm like a pointer bird dog, old Frank. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. That first boiling starting there.
Hey, listen. I know he's making coffee, right? But this is why I don't trust myself doing business like this, bro. Because I will leave, go toilet, come back, and then I burnt down the kitchen, dude.
Uh-huh. Bertha is trying her hardest to bring it to a good boil. There's a lot of things going on in here, and it ain't going to be long, folks, till things is going to really come up here to the top. Now, that's when you got to be careful, especially if you're in the house, because that may want to boil over.
Okay.
So when you get to that point to where you can see it just fixing to boil, turn that fire down a little bit in the house so it don't boil over, because you done reduce that water level a little in that pot. So we're going to let it keep on continuing here till it will sneak up there and really roll. I'm talking churning. That's what makes good coffee. It is what we call rolling over, rolling over. Now we're going to let it sit there and roll over as long as it ain't up here trying to boil over. We can leave it right there. If it was trying to boil over a little, I'd scoot it off that hot spot right there and just...
You know what? I don't know how I don't know how I'm feeling it, but I'm feeling like the warmth through the screen, bro. Like, I feel like if I was there with him and I had a sip of his coffee, the whole, like, scene and the way it's made will make it, like, taste even better.
Let it slow down a little. Now, we ain't going to burn this coffee. We ain't going to scorch it, but I like to let her go about 4 minutes, just a rolling boil right there. Okay. Get everything broke down good to where everything
totally
is
different
smooth
time I
as
make
silk.
coffee.
Or you remember me telling you about the Safeway chicken. What is smoother than a Safeway chicken?
What's a Safeway chicken?
Safeway was a grocery store down there in some parts of the country, and I had never seen a chicken be plucked so smooth and shiny. I think they waxed them every day because them chickens shine like a silver dollar in a goat's butt. That is smoother than a Safeway chicken.
Oh, relax it, dude. Yeehaw, cowboy style. I love the whole vibe of his videos. What's that? Oh, we got the Cowboys out in this one. Hey, the Cowboys are turned up. He's making the Cowboy coffee. They turn up. Wait, do you guys in America, do you guys not have like a cut-off time for coffee? I don't drink coffee at night. I'll drink it in the morning. I'll drink it in the day. But like when it gets past like a certain point at night, I don't drink it, bro. Because I think if I drink it, I'm going to be, you know what I mean? I'm going to be just bouncing non-stop, bro. Like at night, I got to chill out. Maybe I should start drinking at night. Oh, dog. Every dog can have coffee. Yo, this is a vibe.
Well, been about 4 minutes she has, so let me cover this hot spot up. And let's set her right back over here on the warming side of old Bertha to where it can just sit there and mind its own business. Now, I like to let it cool off there just a minute and then we'll do the rest to it. But the longer you boil that coffee, the stouter it will become at some point. Make sure you get it to your desired strength when you like to drink coffee.
Right.
You'll know by the amount of time it boils how much coffee you want to put in the pot if you like it a little stouter than that. But these methods have never failed me, and they have served thousands of cowboys early in the morning, middle of the day, and late at night. Well, it is set about 2 minutes it has, and we're going to take about a cup full of cold water. I'm going to pour some down the spout, a little around the edges here, so bear with me. See them little tiny holes right there where them comes to that spout? Now, any of them grounds that get caught up in there, that's why you pour that back down through the spout, and look who...
Wait, why pour cold water in? To cool it off so you can drink it straight away so it's not piping hot?
Joined us for Cowboy coffee. It is the bead. So you want to make sure you pour a little down the spout and then a little around the edges. Now the little smaller coffee pots, a lot of times them grounds will get caught up on the sides and hung up in here. So I just can take me one of these little, what you call, paper towels, wet it in a little water, and you can just make a little circle around there, and a lot of times them grounds will stick right to it, and you're a done deal. Looky there, it's like magic. You might be saying, well, how come did you weaken your coffee? Well, we didn't weaken it, folks.
Yeah,
we
that's
have to
what
put
I'm saying.
the cold water in there to settle the grounds. The cold forces them to the bottom. That's when them people used to say, you just crack an egg and put it in there, all the grounds will go to the bottom. I don't like my eggs in my coffee. People say,
wait. Who puts eggs in their coffee? Who puts eggs in their coffee?
well, you used to just put a horseshoe in there and make it go. No. Traditional cowboy coffee has always just been put a little cold water in the spout, all the grounds settle to the bottom, smoothest coffee in the world, I guarantee you. That reminds you of something, folks? Like one of them spitting, spewing, coffee dripping makers in the house where it just gives you here, there, and yonder every once in a while, and the water temperature ain't hot enough to take a bath in. Now, when people don't put enough cold water in this coffee to settle the grounds, you would see grounds floating all around the top of that.
Oh my God. Yo. Are we going to put milk in this? Or is he going to just drink it this dark? Bro, this is strong.
Around the top of there. And you can see it is sort of built up through the years. Really don't take but about 2 weeks sitting on old Bertha or a campfire to get that soot. If you want to keep yours clean, take you just a rag, any kind of cheap vegetable oil, rub it around the bottom and everywhere, just give it a little light coating. That thing will clean off so easy when you get through with it, especially if you're cooking with a really sooty wood over an open fire.
Right. He's not gonna add milk.
Aerobic working pot. You get you a bunch of them together and lift them up here like this all day. You'll be working out. Now that is a lot of coffee, and it will fuel cowboys up on any kind of morning. And most of the time there'll be 12 to 15 in camp. Always make 2 pots. This one will always get through, but I always have another one just
Hey, buddy. I can't even count the amount of friends I got on one hand. Never mind 2 pots for all the cowboy friends I got.
Case of backup, because you don't never want to run out of coffee. So let's talk about, do you make a bunch of this at the house and you don't know what you're going to do with it? Well, sometimes I'll just pour it in a mason jar, anything in the world, and you can just set it in an ice box. Tip that pot up there and go to pouring. Now, when you get down there pretty close to the bottom of the pot, especially if it's one of them littler pots, you might ought to do it.
To be fair, you could just put it in the fridge and just keep it as like a cold or iced coffee, right?
From the first, just get you one of them strainers or lay you a coffee filter up there in it or whatever and just pour it through there. That way you won't have no chance of any grounds getting in that coffee when you reheat it the next day. You can microwave that coffee the next morning if you need to, or just pour it back in a sauce pot and heat it up. If you're wanting to store it for an extended period of time in an icebox, just make sure that you got a good seal on that lid and that coffee.
Hey, yo, have any of you guys ever microwaved a coffee? I've never done that. Is that nice?
Will last you a good 4 or 5 days in there, so you can make it the first of the week. Just warm it up after that. Now, I poured this coffee, and I want y'all to see as it goes out, and tell me, did you see any grounds come floating out there?
Yeah, that's smooth.
I ain't seen none. And we ain't even got to the bottom of the cup. So it is good to go. Folks, I want to tell you.
Wait, that's smooth. He just drinks it like that though, right? So he just puts coffee. Wait, where's the sugar? Did he put any sugar in? He just put coffee in there and water. Huh?
What this coffee has done for me. This coffee has made me thousands upon thousands of friends and people that I call family, just like y'all that watch our videos.
That's cool.
Coffee is something that we always have on at the wagon. The very first thing that's on every morning.
Right.
And it's the last thing that's pulled off there every night.
Hell
because
yeah.
I never know when somebody's going to come in a no camp like this and say, hey, Cookie, you got a cup of coffee? And there's nothing finer to me than see people just sit down of a morning, get a cup of coffee when they come into camp. And it's time to visit, time to reflect on maybe what's going to happen during the day. But it all starts with that good cup of coffee. But on them old cold days, I can remember when I'd have to chop ice in a water barrel to make coffee because it's froze solid. Them cowboys get in, huddle around old Bertha, get a cup of coffee in their hands, and you could see them just trembling like that. Old Bertha and that good coffee, it'd thaw them out. It done its job. It's getting a little breezy and cloudy here in camp.
Man.
So
hey, listen, hey, people bond over coffee, bro. Like, they just do. A conversation start talking about it. Listen, if you don't like coffee, you gotta try and find your own coffee, man, because coffee's great.
I'll go back over here by Bertha and warm up here in a minute, but we thank you so much for stopping by.
I'm very interested to see how he was cooking up the coffee. Totally different to how I do it. I would love to know the ways that you guys do it, so make sure you comment that down below. And if you guys want to show me your coffees, join my Twitch streams, twitch.tv/AlfredWG. You can send me pictures over there, so make sure you do that and I can live react. If you guys enjoyed this, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.